Hi everyone, and welcome to another part of the Solidity tutorials. In this part we're going to work on one of the very important parts of the Solidity smart contracts. This is a concept called factory, and it's like the functions and classes that you create in other programming languages and use them in other functions and classes. So the reason we do this is to make our smart contract much shorter and much more efficient. So now with that said, let's get started with writing the smart contract. Notice that the kind of factory pattern that we're going to write in this smart contract is a very simple one, and we're not gonna write a very complex kind of factory smart contract. But then in the next tutorial we will work on more realistic kind of factory smart contracts. So first of all, let us copy the first two lines from the previous smart contracts, which is a license and also the version of Solidity. And now let's create a contract simple contract. So this is going to be just a simple storage smart contract. So this is a string public data, and then let's create a constructor here. So it will get string memory underline data, and data equals underline data. Now that's it for this very small smart contract. So we're going to use this in order to create a factory. So now let's write contract simple contract factory, simple contract factory, and now open the brackets. Now let's create an event. The event equals event contract created. Address, it gets the address. It gets the address indexed new contract. String and also string data. So string data, and that's it. So then let's create a function here. Function create contract. And then it will get the string memory data, string memory data. So underline data that we'll get from the user, and then public. So now simple contract. So this is where we get the instance of this smart contract, which is simple contract, and then it will get the string memory data, memory underline data, public. So actually and then new contract. So this equals new simple contract, which is the one of the instances of the contract. New simple contract, which will get the underlying data, and then we will emit the event contract created, emit contract created, and then we'll get the address of the new contract new contract, and also the data, underline data. So that's it. Now let's save the smart contract, and now let me explain before I deploy it and test it for you. First of all, we created this simple smart contract from which we would get this smart contract in this second contract, which is simple contract factory, and then it will create an instance of a contract. It will get the same variable that we got inside of the instructor of the simple contract. So we'll create the instance of that contract and then emit the event contract created, which you don't have to necessarily do that, but this part is necessary because the whole purpose of creating this smart contract was to get an instance. So this is the general pattern of the factory. So this smart contract could be a factory of the tokens. So you write the token smart contract, and then you'll get an instance from it, so that you can later use it, and you will have a shorter form of code like this. So imagine that this is a very long smart contract. So here you simply get an instance of it, and your contract becomes much shorter, and you don't have to write a very long smart contract. So this is most of the time useful when you want to have actually use a kind of very general smart contract, which is also very long. So you use that instead of your new contract and enter some modified or customized kind of data inside of it, or variables that you want, and you make it customized so that you can then use it in much shorter and optimized way. So now that we've saved it and it's been compiled, now as you can see here, we've got two contracts. So one of them is the simple contract, which is this one, and the other one is simple contract factory, which is the second one. So first of all, if you work with the first smart contract, you need to enter the data here. So I can write a string, for example, this is a test, and then deploy it. So now let's open it up here and retrieve the data. As you can see, this is the test has been shown, but here if I test the second one, as you can see, there's no entry. You just simply deploy it and you enter the data right over here. So here I enter the same data. This is a test, and create the contract, and then you will see that it's been saved inside of the contract. So just as simple as that, we've created the factory pattern, but notice that we generally do not use it for this kind of example, because this smart contract is very short and you don't actually need to do that. But for a very longer smart contracts that are also general, like the token contracts or some of the contracts that are going to be used every day, and some smart contracts like OpenZeppelin, which we will learn this in the future tutorials, that is going to be very useful. So that's it for this part of the Solidity tutorials, and until the next tutorial, goodbye.